On the 112th anniversary of the Battle of San Jacinto in 1948, the United States Navy formally transferred the old battleship Texas to the state of Texas for use as a museum. The presentation was made by Assistant Secretary of the Navy, Mark Andrews, a Houstonian, assisted by Fleet Admiral Chester Nimitz, who of course was also a native Texan. Bombers and fighters of the Texas National Guard roared overhead. Accepting the battleship on behalf of the state, Governor Buford Jester watched as the Texas flag was raised at the mainmast and stern of the ship. The band launched into the eyes of Texas, and Governor Jester proclaimed USS Texas as the official flagship of the Texas Navy. The battleship Texas has a remarkable story unparalleled in U.S. history. She was launched in 1912 and commissioned in 1914, not long before the nations of Europe found themselves plunged into the First World War. After the United States entered the war, Texas steamed for Europe in early 1918, where she joined the 6th Battle Squadron of the British Grand Fleet. Although she fought no major naval actions during the remainder of the war, Texas and the other American battleships helped keep the German High Seas Fleet at bay. On November 21, 1918, Texas was part of the Grand Fleet that met the German Navy and escorted them to internment at Scapa Flow, in the far north of Scotland. After the war, in March 1919, Texas became the first American battleship to launch an aircraft, a Sopwith Camel flying off a temporary platform built atop the battleship's No. 2 turret. In the mid-1920s, Texas underwent a major overhaul that included replacing her original cage masts with heavier tripod masts, and fitting the hull with torpedo bulges to provide extra protection against torpedo attack. With the coming of another world war in Europe in 1939, Texas was assigned to the Neutrality Patrol, an effort to keep the European war out of American waters. Later, Texas began convoying merchant ships carrying supplies to Europe under Lend-Lease. After the United States' entry into the war in late 1941, Texas continued escorting convoys to Europe and North Africa. Although by this time Texas was 30 years old, and had been bypassed by larger, faster, and more powerful American battleships, she and her sister New York found a new role, providing bombardment for amphibious landings. In this capacity, Texas served during the Operation Torch landings in North Africa in 1942, at Normandy and Cherbourg in June 1944, and during Operation Dragoon in the south of France in August. After being transferred to the Pacific, Texas participated in the invasions of Iwo Jima and Okinawa in 1945. Since arriving at San Jacinto in 1948, Texas left the battleground only twice, once in the late 1980s to undergo a much-needed overhaul at Galveston, and finally in August 2022 when the battleship returned to dry dock in Galveston for an even more extensive round of repairs and restoration. The work currently being done at Galveston, under the guidance and stewardship of the Battleship TEXAS Foundation, will help preserve this remarkable warship. April 2023 marks the 75th anniversary of Texas being named flagship of the Texas Navy. The Texas Navy Association, a nonprofit educational organization that promotes the history and legacy of the Texas Navy and the Republic of Texas, is proud to lend its support to the Battleship TEXAS Foundation in this worthwhile effort. And the Texas Navy Association, mindful of Governor Jester's designation of the battleship as official flagship of the Texas Navy, encourages all history-minded Texans and friends elsewhere to contribute to this effort as well. Every dollar counts in this endeavor. Texas is unique in the world, the only surviving battleship that fought in the First World War. Now well into her second century, Texas will, with our help, continue to educate and inspire new generations of Texans for decades to come.